Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode here at the CNY family. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to jump right in. Okay, so after I get through what I want to say, I'm going to play a bunch of video clips just so you guys can really see exactly what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. July 13th, 2024. A day in history. It was the shot heard round the world. Donald Trump was speaking at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, when an attempt was made to assassinate him on live TV. A bullet grazed his ear, but he is alive and well. The country is so divided right now. Where do we all go from here? Trump has been impeached, arrested, convicted, and now has been the target of an assassination and is still standing and fighting for this country. Not because he needs to, but because he loves America and its people, and he can see exactly where it's all headed. After watching the footage from all angles, I have a few thoughts here, so let me go over them. Number one, why was there not a perimeter barrier put around the event in the first place to protect him? Okay. You have an ex-president doing a rally, and you're going to tell me that the Secret Service, the FBI, the cops, the local police, nobody thought to put a barrier around the event to make sure that there were snipers and protection surrounding the perimeter of this event from all angles. Number two, why did some members of his Secret Service give off the idea that they had absolutely no idea what they were doing? Number three, there was a man and his wife in the crowd that were pointing at the gunman for a minimum of 2 minutes before shots began. Why was Trump not immediately removed from the stage? Number four, it's clear that the man and his wife saw the gunman on the roof. They pointed to him. Police and Secret Service were both made aware of the gunman, yet nothing was done. So, if both the police and the Secret Service were made aware of the gunman and they did nothing to remove Trump from stage, then that would mean that they were meant to let this happen. Number five, if I were Trump, I would hire a whole new team from the ground up. Number six, we all just witnessed divine intervention in real time. Number seven, miracles happen. Number eight, let's talk about Biden's response and how he said the assassination attempt was inappropriate. Was his exact words on how he described it. Inappropriate. Next, Biden says the FBI is investigating the shooter, checking on background and any possible affiliations, but urges everyone not to jump to any conclusions. And my next thought, the sniper took out the shooter and blew his head off. He had no ID. Yet he was identified fairly quickly by DNA, which must have meant that his DNA was in the system for a previous offense. An attempt was made on Trump's life, and yes, people were pissed, but there were no riots, no out of control protests, and no buildings burned in the wake of it. If things had ended differently and he was laid to rest, quote unquote, would there be a different reaction from the public? Probably. But as it is now, what this shooting did, in my opinion, was solidify Donald J. Trump's 2024 presidency. Everyone got a wake-up call that day about what is really going on and where we as a nation are headed. Whether you hate Trump or not, whatever your feelings are, surely you must see what is really going on here. This truly is a spiritual war. This is good versus evil. This is dark versus light, and the light will always triumph. Light is always stronger than darkness. Now, let me say this. You had a guy up on a roof with a gun. People in the audience saw this man before the police and the Secret Service did. Even after the Secret Service and the police were notified of this man on the roof with a gun, Trump was still on stage speaking. They did not immediately remove him from stage. They actually didn't even go up there until after he was hit and he fell to the ground. That is when Secret Service decided to rush the stage to cover him up after he had already been hit. So what that tells me is the only thing that stopped that bullet from going right into his head is divine intervention. He had an angel watching over him for sure, or Jesus's hand was directly on his shoulder. He was protected. Now, the feds claim that the shooter had no social media accounts, none whatsoever, no political views that were posted online, none. And they also claim that they cannot get into his phone, which I find very surprising because they can get into anyone else's phone. They had no problem getting into the J6er's phone, but they can't get into the shooter's phone. If you guys don't see that this is, my goodness, if you don't see what's really going on here, you need to do some serious searching. Serious searching. All right, now let's roll these clips.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And
There he is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
Right on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went right on the roof with that.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I get some beautiful places.
Look, they're all pointing.
Funny that everybody else could see the shooter, but nobody did anything.
Blood smeared on his face. Look what images. You can see the bullet that pierced his right ear. as he gets up with blood smeared on his face.
Look what happened.
This horrific act has just deepened an already huge divide in the United States of America. But if you're following media outlets like CNN today, well, you would have thought that Donald Trump had a fall. Look at this headline. Secret Service rushed Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Falls. It was an assassination attempt. He's not Joe Biden that doesn't know how to stand up. And that's not a one-off headline. This morning, I was looking at my phone and I was taking screenshots because even though it's CNN, I still couldn't believe it. The next headline I saw, Trump injured in incident at rally. Incident. That's really what they wanted to go with when the man who's been president before and is running again was just shot. Images, you can see the bullet that pierced his right ear.
This man prophesied Donald Trump's assassination attempt down to the ear 4 months ago today. Brandon Biggs was one of 3 prophets who did a show together about the upcoming solar eclipse and what they prophesied. Let's check it out.
Bringing back America, because the Lord told me, he said, I am not done with America. Amen. He said, there's going to be a new wave of patriotism coming out. And that's whenever I saw Trump and I saw a red wave coming out of Michigan. And then I saw Oklahoma and there was embers of people and they were all on they had torches all throughout Oklahoma and they were raising up these torches that looked like fire. And they were bringing forth a new patriotism upon the nation. And it was being birthed and it just kept spreading like fire all throughout America, all throughout. And I saw Trump rising up. And then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the presidency through great. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and there things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting. And then there will be a great economy crash. Yeah. I saw they had a great economy plan, a crash. Yeah. Worse than the Great Depression. And the Lord warned me about this. It would be a great dark time. But I saw paddles coming upon America's soil like a shocking of the soil. And I saw Donald Trump praying in the office of the Oval Office. And he was weeping before the Lord with his hands on his head like this, but he was weeping. And there was ministers and people. I don't know if they were senators or Congress people or whatever. I just saw them pacing and back and forth inside of the White House. What is the White House, but it's the Oval Office. Yeah. And they were interceding all inside there. And I could feel the presence of the Lord so strong on this. And then I could see that darkness that was the heaviness upon America with the financial crisis of what I saw coming. It started to lift above the trees, and I saw the blue and the things coming back out, and the green times and the good times coming back again. But the Lord said it would be forth a time of a season of a shaking, and it would be a shaking to awaken. And in this, this would basically that he was not done with America. There would be a great revival come, and it's not all doom and gloom. That's what he said. The sky's not falling. There's a time of it's like people would say this is judgment, and the Lord said, "Do not call this judgment. It's not my judgment. It's a correction. There's correction coming."
I want to ground it in the word
It's a correction. Okay.
Out of my mind was a planned and coordinated attack. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here to tell you why the shooting of President Donald Trump yesterday, without a doubt in my mind, was a planned and coordinated attack on the president inside our government, our local agency, or police force. Here's why. My name is Matthew Murphy, and I am a retired Green Beret, retired from the Special Forces Group, but I'm also a level 1 sniper, which means that I have graduated the highest level of training for snipers that you can do in special operations. We're trained, I'm going to avoid confidential or classified terminology. We're trained in assassinations and counter assassinations for the very reason, case in point, yesterday, the shooting of President Donald Trump. So, first of all, anywhere the president's going to go, there are teams from the Secret Service that go out days, if not weeks, if not months, before the president will ever be at that spot. And they do a site security assessment. And they do that with the local police forces and agencies to ensure that every potential security threat or vulnerability is secured and, of course, protected against. Now, this is done way before Donald Trump will ever get there, and they know every place that the president will be, and the sniper team especially is responsible for ensuring that no one can take a shot at the president. Now, that does not mean that the sniper team just sets up with their guns and scans the crowd and shoots. No, what they do, the most important thing they do pre-Donald Trump showing up, is within a 360-degree environment of that podium of the president, they ensure that there is not a place that is open that will be accessible by someone with a rifle to take a shot at the president. So they make sure those places are barricaded off, inaccessible, and heavily guarded, so there is no way you are going to get to the place where you can even shoot the president with a rifle before the president shows up. Then they scan the crowd and those places of the rifle just in case by some miracle you do. Now, you're not going to tell me, I don't care who you are, don't listen to the media, nonsense anyways, I think most of us know that by now, that some 20-year-old kid that looks like he played Dungeons and Dragons in his mom's basement is trained on a gun, especially a sniper rifle like that, is a registered Republican, and then can access anywhere near the vicinity of that crowd, of that event, with him not dressed in a uniform and that sniper rifle. He was wearing American flag t-shirt and pants, and he had a rifle. You're going to tell me that that kid went through all this levels of security, somehow got into the closest building to the president, then accessed the rooftop of the closest building to the president, then had the time to unpack his rifle, lay down in the prone, and then take 5 to 8 well-aimed shots at the president before he was decisively engaged by the Secret Service's counter sniper teams or a local police department. I don't know who they were, most likely police. You're going to tell me all that happened and a 20-year-old kid did that without it being heavily planned, coordinated, and people on the inside making it happen? There's absolutely no way possible that that kid was able to get up there and take those shots at the president without a lot of internal help. So someone in that local or some people inside that local police department, agencies, or Secret Service is compromised and is a threat to our president. So we need to stop worrying about that damn shooter and start worrying about who allowed this shit to happen.
I could not agree more. Okay. Now, the sniper who actually took the shot at the shooter, Jonathan Willis, the officer in the famous photo of the 2 snipers on the roof at Trump's rally, has informed the public that he had the assassin in his sights for at least 3 minutes, but that the head of the Secret Service refused to give the order to take out the perpetrator. They prevented him from stopping the assassination before he took shots at they prevented him from stopping the assassin before he took shots at the president. So this guy right here is saying that he saw the shooter. He saw him and he had him in his sights for at least 3 minutes. But the head of the Secret Service, who is his boss, which he is not allowed to take a shot without that guy saying, okay, take the shot, which they did not give him the order to do. Next. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Let me get that. Oh, why does this do this? Okay. Now let me move over here. Now you get the side-by-side and the time comparison. Everyone must watch this split screen video of the moments leading up to the attack. Secret Service had 2 full minutes.
He was doing his job. I wouldn't even be doing this. It's a beautiful place with the gorgeous ocean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there. You see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals.
He's
We
on
have
the roof. He's
drug
right
dealers. We have people that
Right
should not
here,
be here.
right on the
And
roof.
it's much tougher than if it happened.
He went right on the roof, big guy.
Ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit over that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something, you say,
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
We got breaking news. Coming in. Shots fired. Seems to be shots fired at the Trump rally. Is he okay? We need to go live right now. We are live right now at the Trump rally.
One shot right here, Mike.
We don't know if President Trump has been shot. We know he hit the ground. We do not know if President Trump has been shot. He's up. He's up. Shots are still continuing to be fired. He's giving a thumbs up, everybody. He's giving a thumbs up.
Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this woman right here who looks like she has absolutely no idea what she's doing. Looks like it's her first day on the job, and she does not possess the requirements to be a member of the Secret Service team.
Breaking news right now. This is Vanessa Broussard.
Keep a look at what she does with her gun. She doesn't even know how to properly holster her weapon. It's insane.
According to live from Butler, Pennsylvania, we hear shots fired at the rally not 10 to 15 minutes after President Trump arrived. He hit the ground. Unheard of yet if he has been hit by gunfire. Secret Service quickly erupted.
We can see the guy there.
The snipers on the building behind the. Might be a little.
I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
And having to
CBS News report reveals what Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle has been focused on: diversity hires.
to expand hiring. They're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030, and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
But I'm very conscious as I sit in this chair now of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in our workforce, and particularly women.
That workforce will be pivotal for the 2024 campaign season, which for the first time includes a former president who already has lifetime protection. Agents were there when Donald Trump was arraigned in New York.
We were able to work out the details ahead of time of how that particular day was going to go, but we will always ensure the safety of all of our protectees that we have.
The service has a zero-fail mission, a mission officers are training to uphold, pretending this field is the most famous address in America.
Perhaps why that woman was part of his detail and had absolutely no business being there. What we saw take place on July 13th, 2024 will go down as a day in history. It woke a lot of people up. It changed the way a lot of people saw things. And I really believe that it made people realize that this is a spiritual war. This is good versus evil. This is light versus dark. And if we can all say one thing, it's that he certainly had protection on that day. Divine intervention took place because local police didn't do their jobs. Secret Service didn't do their job. This was meant to happen. This was allowed to happen. And I believe 100% that if it were not for divine intervention, we would be having a whole different discussion right now. And the outcome would have been completely different. Let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you all. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. And I will see you all next time.